The fashion industry is in the midst of a revolutionary transformation. That isn't hyperbole. Things are kind of crazy out there. Traditional barriers to entry are crumbling, creating unprecedented opportunities for new players to enter the market, namely you. With the convergence of technological advancement, shifting cultural dynamics, and evolving consumer preferences, which is basically a complicated way of saying there's a lot of ways to entry. And now is the perfect time to start a fashion brand. So what we're gonna do is talk about it, all of it today, all of these parts, why you should be doing this right now, and all of the things that you can utilize to understand why this is the best time for you. I'm Reggie Casual, let's get it. In the past, the fashion industry was dominated by a few key players who controlled manufacturing, distribution channels, the marketing, the talent, everything. However, the landscape has significantly changed. Today, independent store owners, collectors, content creators, independent designers have unprecedented access to these once exclusive avenues. Digital marketplaces and direct-to-consumer models have democratized the industry, allowing new brands to reach global audience without the need for substantial capital investments. Then you have platforms like Shopify, Squarespace, Etsy, and Amazon that have enabled independent entrepreneurs to set up their online stores and connect directly with consumers. Additionally, advancements in technology have made it easier for small brands to find manufacturers willing to produce smaller batches of clothing. This shift has leveled the playing field, giving rise to a wave of innovative, independent fashion brands that are challenging the status quo. And it's not only that. There's also another reason. For decades, the fashion industry was dominated by a few big brands. You know, the LVs, the Dior, the whole LVMH, the Kering Group, Nike, Adidas, all these big brands. And they dictated the cultural zeitgeist. However, these brands are increasingly losing their cultural impact. Many of them have become complacent, relying on their legacy and past successes rather than embracing innovation. This has led to stagnation in creativity and disconnect with younger, more discerning consumers. So yeah, emerging brands are stepping in to fill this void. They're not bound by the constraints of tradition and are free to experiment with new designs, materials, different marketing strategies. These brands are often more in tune with contemporary cultural movements, making them more relevant and appealing to today's fashion-conscious consumers. Fashion-conscious consumers, that's hard to say. But the decline of these big brands' influence has created a unique opportunity for new entrants to make a significant impact in the industry, one that you cannot ignore. Now, all of this said, there's a big reason that I think that this is just a great time. Technology has advanced to the point where you ain't gotta do as much work on the startup. What am I talking about? I'm talking about AI. Now, I know this is a big boogeyman for everybody, but if we use it how it's intended to be used, as an assistant to the work that you're already doing, then it's a great boon to you. Let me explain to you why it is, especially in fashion. So the rise of AI has revolutionized many industries. Fashion is no exception, and that's the biggest duh thing that I've ever said. However, AI is now playing a crucial role in various aspects of the fashion business, from design to marketing, much to the chagrin of traditionalists out there. For new fashion brands though, AI offers several benefits that can give them a competitive edge. AI-powered tools can assist in creating compelling copy and building brand stories that resonate with target audience. I can't tell you how many times somebody says, go check out my brand. I go to the brand, and the first thing that I check out whenever I consult a brand is their about page. Now, not many people go to the about page, that's true. But the about page tells me exactly how serious a brand is. If it's all over the place, I really wanted to start a brand because people weren't doing this, and you start saying the brand from the perspective of you, the designer, instead of conceptually what the brand is, I'm gonna be real, I don't even check out the rest of it because I know that that individual is not serious about making a story. They're more serious about just getting their idea out into the masses. You need to have something that is a foundation, not just my ideas in design. And AI can help you flesh that out like never before. Furthermore, marketing strategies can be optimized using AI to analyze consumer behavior and preferences, allowing brands to create personalized and effective campaigns as well as personalized customer profiles, which is something you absolutely need. In design, which is the big one, AI can help generate innovative patterns and styles, streamline the production process, and more importantly, reduce costs. By leveraging AI, new fashion brands can operate more efficiently and effectively, enabling them to compete with established players. Now, I know this is controversial because when we start talking about making unique patterns and just not researching, which is like the big thing for a lot of designers. You know, we go out there and we research, we do the work, we, put our feet to the ground, we get serious about it. What AI does is it compartmentalizes that and it puts you back in the driver's seat instead of being like inspired at a moment's notice. That doesn't mean that you should just use AI for all design. However, you may have an idea and you just really don't know how to put it to paper. AI and explaining it, say, oh, that's kind of something that I want to do. All right, so this is the direction that I could take. If you use it in that form, then it's really not that much different than going out and seeing it for yourself. So there's a lot of details that we have to look at when it comes to AI, but the benefits are certainly there and we shouldn't just ignore them because we're scared. So please at least take a look at it, learn the system, and be a part of the lawmaking process, the policy process when it comes to AI. There's a bigger conversation to be had, and I definitely want to have it, but this is kind of like an entry level to that. That being said, I want to go ahead and give a timeout for our sponsor, Squarespace, and then we'll get to the end of this and wrap all this up.
In the fashion industry, the competition is fierce, and your presentation has to look solid from jump. That's where Squarespace comes in. Beautifully designed templates, easy to use web building tools, and social integration make Squarespace the perfect choice for the budding entrepreneur or even the savvy professional. Plus, by using our link, squarespace.com/thecasual, you could save 10% when you start. So get that business off the ground the right way and use Squarespace today.
Almost messed up earlier. Shopify, Squarespace, right? That's kind of, you can use Squarespace to build your own website. Anyway, all right, so the next thing for making a brand out there, why it's the best time? It's easier to find your niche. It's just easier now. One of the significant advantages of starting a fashion brand today is the ability to identify and target niche markets, right? Social media platforms and advanced analytics, if you use them, have made it easier than ever to understand consumer preferences and trends. And consumer behavior is a big part of selling your brand. They have whole marketing teams dedicated to consumer behavior. Brands can now cater to specific audiences with tailored products and marketing strategies, ensuring a higher likelihood of success. Niche brands can often focus on sustainability or, small fashion collections, which are increasingly important to modern consumers. These brands may not appeal to the mass market, but they can build loyal followings that support values and the mission of the brand. If we look at those kind of brands that created their own little culture and they didn't hit mass market to the point where they were making millions and millions of dollars, but they had such a big cultural impact that they resonated with people, especially people who were following them. This is the kind of brand that works today. You're not trying to be a mass market brand because that takes a long time. And I see a lot of new brands who want to be, I want my brand to be like huge, right? Like next year, like today, my dude. Like you can't do that. You can't really expect that. But niche markets are really, really easy to find. And the best designers and best business fashion entrepreneurs out there are looking at these niche markets and looking at the potential and looking at the growth. And it's easy for them to make a decision and say, I want to do fashion, I want to do what I want to do, and I want to cater to this community. It's either for them to do that because you're able to see it every day. And finally, we have the big one. You have the waning sales of legacy brands and the departure of big designers. This cannot be understated. I hope some of you have been noticing some of these shifts in the fashion industry, big designers leaving brands, Nike not doing so well, 10-year just drought at the company. It may sound bad if you're like a fan of Nike, you're like, no, Nike's still there. Like I'm talking about business. This is for individuals who want to start their own business. Nike not doing well is an opportunity for somebody else, and they're gonna take advantage of it. So why wouldn't you? Even though you're not gonna be as big as Nike tomorrow, you can definitely use that as a way to say, wait a minute, why is that so? And are people still buying sneakers? Well, the growth of sneakers is still expected to grow by 5%. Can I get a little bit of that 5%? And a little bit of a 5% of $1 billion on top of $1 billion industry is more than enough to sustain your brand. You don't even need 1%. You can get like 0.3% and you'd be doing good. This trend is partly due to the changing consumer preferences and the inability of some big brands to adapt to new market demands. As these legacy brands struggle to maintain their market share, opportunities arise for new entrants to make their mark. Moreover, the departure of big designers from these major labels opens up space for fresh talent, which is something we desperately need. Emerging designers have the chance to introduce new ideas and perspectives, which is what we desperately need, and they fill the void left by the predecessors. This influx of new blood is essential for the industry's growth and innovation, and you can be a part of that. Aspiring fashion designers can capitalize on this moment to establish themselves as the new leaders of the fashion world. And I'm counting on it because fashion is getting so boring that I don't even care about it. And I need you guys to come up with new ideas. Maybe I should come up with ideas. Maybe that would help. So yes, the fashion industry is at a crossroads, presenting a unique opportunity for new brands to emerge and thrive, for you to thrive. And of course, you can take advantage of that right now. But some of you are so serious that you need help in navigating the trenches of the market. You wanna know the minutia. You're just detail oriented. I wanna know everything, dog. So with renewed focus on our end, we'll be back to presenting short case studies right here on The Casual, as well as brand building guides and real-time current event industry insights right here on the channel, like I said already. And to add some spice to it, some curry, we're gonna also be introducing new extended lessons and insights on our members area right on YouTube. Even though we're gonna send it to Patreon people, YouTube members. So from the time of this episode in the weeks and days ahead, we'll be delivering new extended lessons, discussions, and even live video podcasts to not only analyze the business of fashion, but also discover new brands, designers, and artists working in the fashion industry with our goal of highlighting new talent and independent fashion brands. That means you could probably be on the channel. If you build something dope, right? Yeah, you could, why not, right? We wanna highlight some of you and we wanna make sure that you're at the forefront, especially if you're doing great work. So we encourage you to check that out. But regardless, if you found this valuable to you, like, sub, turn on notifications, to get all of our content that's gonna be on the main channel, which is gonna be everything from, discovering fashion in Japan to doing the business stuff. So expect that. So if you have any questions, you wanna check out anything, you want us to cover something, let it be known in the comments below. But most importantly, keep it locked right here for all of your info in international fashion culture and business from Tokyo. It's your boy, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. And I will see you guys in a minute. Peace.